Today, I'll be speaking about hypotension, which is low blood pressure. Now, this low blood pressure is something which is very, very, very common. It is more common than we know. People suddenly feel dizzy and they don't understand what it is. So, I thought let's speak on this today. So, what is low blood pressure? When our heart pumps, it shrinks, to push the blood. When the blood flows, which that creates the pressure is on the arteries wall. That is called blood pressure. It can be high blood pressure, it can be low blood pressure. So remember the systolic and diastolic. The pressure should be not less than 90 by 60 millimeter in the mercury. Why? Because lower than that, the body is not meant for it. Slightly upper than 120/80 is also generally acceptable, and it is not a emergency condition. So let us understand what are the reasons for low blood pressure. Our blood, which flows perfectly in the body, is oxygenated by hemoglobin, right? So now, if the hemoglobin is less, that means if you are anemic, if you are taking foods which have low folate, if your blood has low folate or your blood lacks vitamin B12, that means that this is going to give you low blood. Why? Because of the hemoglobin. That means the oxygenated blood is not available to the body. That is one reason when we talk diet-wise. Another thing is that when you are low on water, you don't drink much water, you are dehydrated, so naturally the volume of the blood is less. So when the heart presses, it throws the blood is not enough to reach to all the organs. This is very, very important. Why do you feel dizzy when you have low blood pressure? Because the blood has not gone to the brain fully and the brain is not fully functional. All our organs require good blood flow all the time. See, just giving you an example, when there is high blood pressure, then the blood goes very fast, and it presses the arteries. Then it is called high blood pressure, which is a different condition. We'll discuss about it later. Today we are talking about hypotension or low blood pressure. Another thing, somebody has fallen down and there is a lot of blood loss, will again give you low blood pressure. Now, what are the symptoms of low blood pressure? It is you feel dizzy, you faint, you have blurred vision, you have confusion, and then you understand that you are not able to concentrate, you feel lightheaded, and you feel weakness. Some people feel they vomit also. So please take care that when you have these symptoms, absolutely you have, like the low blood pressure. Sometimes we abruptly change our position. Suddenly we are sitting, suddenly we are sleeping, and in seconds we get up. So the blood flow takes time to go to the whole body. That also is a very important reason why we have low blood pressure. Well, this is a very technical science, and I will not be discussing all that today. I will discuss low blood pressure as a dietitian point of view. So, for me, if you want to avoid low blood pressure, one thing remember, people who are on diet, they just don't want to consume anything. They just don't want to drink anything, and they just go empty stomach all the time. This is definitely going to create low blood pressure. So, if you are on diet, take care that you are eating enough salt and you're hydrating enough. That is a very important thing. Like what people do who are diabetics and they just go without food all over. Today I'm late here, today I'm late there, and I couldn't help, I couldn't eat in time. They definitely come back home with dizziness. They just don't feel comfortable. So that you must take care that you should eat your meals on time. There are people who say, no, I want to diet, I will not eat. Then what will happen to your body system? It's very, very important to take care of your uh, food routine. If 1 o'clock is lunch, then it should be lunch at 1 o'clock. So what should you do? You should drink more water. Like people have been given IV fluids who really, really become very dehydrated. So they are then hospitalized and given IV, a simple IV, just to increase the volume of your blood. So drink more water. Secondly, have enough food which has salt. What is this? What should you do suddenly when you have low blood pressure? Drink salted water or eat something which is salty. For example, the pickles and anything which has got more salt. People with who have a diabetic history, they can have a sweet and salted drink together so that they have energy. Diabetics are very prone to low blood pressure. A sudden way to increase your blood pressure is have some coffee, because the caffeinated drinks, they pump the cardiovascular system, and it increases your blood pressure for a while. Just it is just for a while, not always. When we abruptly change our positions, if I'm sleeping and I want to suddenly get up, and I very quickly do it in fraction of seconds, so my blood pressure will definitely go low. Why? Because it has not reached all the parts when you have suddenly stood after sleeping. So please don't change positions abruptly. Now, what should we do when you have low blood pressure? A very important thing is you must take salt. Why salt? Because salt is responsible for increasing the volume of your blood. And so salt should be the with water, and add some salt and immediately drink it. This is the immediate way we can just increase our blood pressure to normal or little above. By the way, the low blood pressure means when your systolic and diastolic is below 90 by 60. So it should never go, because by 90 by 60 and little above, people survive well. There is no problem. I mean, they sometimes have no, it is asymptomatic also if they don't have any symptoms. So take care of that your blood pressure does not increase when you just check it. So this is what low blood pressure is, and to avoid it, don't do all what I have told you, and have salt and water for sure. Thank you. I'm Geeta Seth, back with my new show. We are going to talk about all about health and small health topics which bother us on the daily basis. I'm Geeta Seth, a nutritionist now for 21 years, a two-time gold medalist, a diabetic educator, a diabetic insulin pump trainer, and I look after the type 1 and type 2 diabetes. I specialize in type 1 and type 2 diabetes. I look after obesity, we look after thyroid, and all the ailments which are health related. I feel that many of our ailments are actually, taken care by the diet alone. So on this wellness journey, I want you all to come and join me, and we discuss all the topics. For me, giving a diet to somebody, for example, giving a diet to a diabetic, is never going to be boring. It's not going to be boring. It's going to be very interesting by putting interesting recipes, interesting foods. When you say a diabetic cannot eat sweets, I don't believe by that. We do carb counting, and by carb counting, you can incalculate some sweets in your diet also and still maintain a normoglycemia. So welcome to my show, and I look forward to see you all guys.